DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.
What's up, man? You look like tired.
Yeah, I've been up. I'm good though.
What's up with you, man? How's everything with you?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I feel good. Everything is beautiful, man.
Yeah, I don't even think you remember me. I remember talking to you back in like 2013, 2014.
I remember you.
Yeah.
Exactly who you are.
Huh?
I know exactly who you are. I remember you.
Okay. But yeah, anyways, I definitely want to kind of get a little information from you in this deep interview. Some of the questions that may be asked, you probably done heard a couple times already. But you know, I want to get the answers from you now. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you for taking the time to sit with me, have a conversation with me. Because a lot of people they got busy lives, and I know you a busy person. Just seeing you on social media, doing what you're doing. So let's start off with the your podcast. You got the Kitchen Table podcast. You in like
Kitchen
the 60s
Talk.
now.
Kitchen Talk.
Kitchen, yeah. So you in like the 60s, the 60 season. It was 65, right? Or 66?
About 60 years. 60, yeah, about 65 episodes we shot.
Nice, nice. So how did that come about? Like what was the whole concept about that, and how did that manifest?
Well, I mean, as far as the podcast, you know, people had always been, you know, making remarks about me, you know, actually doing something in the podcast space. I had been approached numerous times about doing something, you know, or figuring out some type of podcast idea. You know, a couple of people, you know, came to me, a few companies came to me. But I never knew what I wanted to do. I never knew exactly how I wanted to format it, you know, and I guess in my mind, I was waiting for the, you know, perfect opportunity. I wanted the perfect, you know, situation. But you know, in life, it's never no perfect time. You just got to do things. So what happened was when we was on you know, or when the pandemic hit and everybody was on quarantine, you know, I came up with the idea. And I was just like, yo, you know what? While we sitting here and everybody's not as mobile, why don't I really get into this podcast thing and just shoot it, you know, and just figure it out? And that's what I did. I you know, I went and invested, you know, my time, my resources into actually, you know, getting equipment, you know, buying things that I needed and learning at the same time.
Gotcha.
So are you still there?
Yep, I hear you. So being who you are inside the industry, was it a much easier pathway to get some of the guests on your show, like some of them reaching out to you, or were you still having to reach out to them to kind of get them on your show?
Well, I got
like on your
relationships.
podcast.
I have relationships. So, you know, you see people from all different kinds of, various areas in the industry. You know, we've had Angie Martinez, we've had the new mayor of New York City. You know, we've had, you know, I've even had a porn star on my show before. We've had, you know, different people from different areas in entertainment, you know, as well as many rappers, Bobby Shmurda, Jim Jones, Dave East, Fabio. You just had Fat Joe and Remy, you know, as of lately, you know, so we've had different you know, different people, you know, we've had, you know, people that don't even do other people's podcasts, like a Joe Budden. Joe Budden don't even, you know, step off his platform too much to come do other people's things. So, you know, we got a legitimate platform. So it was you know, I feel good the fact that, you know, last week we was number 6 in the country, and you know, we just gonna continue to keep pushing.
Now, do you feel the podcast is like the new way? Because I mean, before people weren't really always into podcasts, but I see a lot of people creating their own podcasts. A lot of people are having their favorite podcast that they go to get their information. Do you feel like podcast is the new thing right now?
Well, I feel like, you know, this is a great time to be an artist. It's a great time to be an entertainer, you know, because you can do many different things. Podcast is just one component, you know, that you can be doing as well as other things, right? So, you know, you still have the music component. What I do with my podcast don't have nothing to do with my music or any other thing that I got going on. So the fact that we could be multifaceted and we can multitask at the same time is for me the greatest of all, because, you know, I can sit back, go get guests for my podcast and turn around and go get back in the studio and do what I need to do, or go shoot a video or go do a show. So one don't have nothing to do with the other. I don't have to give up one for the other.
Got you. So this project that we've been hearing about is now, there's a single out for it, Lobby
Right.
Boys, with you and Jim Jones. Shout out to, I think it's 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜𝙜. How do you say his name? That's featured on the single. 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜𝙜.
Yeah.
So how did y'all decide on which single y'all wanted to put out for this project that you guys been talking about releasing soon?
Man, first off, we made about 30, 40 records. All right.
Woo!
This was something that we've been talking about for years, and it's been a long time coming, you know, with us actually, you know, coming together, you know, to team up and pull our resources together and actually put this album together. This album, I'm telling you right now, is probably going to be the best album of 2022 and of last year. I guarantee that. I'm speaking on that. I'm speaking into existence. I'm standing on it. I feel that strongly about it. You know, the first song for me and for us was just the statement song to basically let everybody know and for everybody to see us together for the first time as a group. You see that leather on, you see that fire in the background, you see us together. Like, so it was that statement, like, boom, we here.
So what producers did you guys work with throughout the years to get some of these songs created?
No, they didn't. No, we didn't work throughout the years. We've been talking about it for the years. We just started making the album, you know, this past summer.
Okay, so the idea, like, it was just a conversation, and now everything is being. Got you.
Right. We just started working on it this past summer, and we wanted to do it the right way. So we wanted to actually record the music, then get a deal for the music, to have some distribution, to have some resources, so that we can when it is time to roll and it is time to put the music out, then we got some pressure that's going with it. We got some push to come with it, opposed to doing it the wrong way, just making the music and just giving it out. So we did it the right way. We went and got a deal for it. Shout out to 1RPM. They came through, and yeah, so we about to put some pressure down.
Now, is this the only music video that you shot for it so far?
Of course not. We just shot one last week with you know, that's gonna be the second single that we put out next month. It's called Slide with Fabio. So that video is already done. And you know, everything we put out gonna come with a video with.
So what do you want the fans to kind of take away from the whole project once they pop it in and press play? The first one you said, the first single is Listen, We Here. This is official, it's making it happen. The second one, I'm sure, is going to be, you know, the vibes of, okay, you know what? Now we about to unravel what's going to happen when you listen to this project. So what do you want the fans to take from that project when they listen to it?
Just dope music, right? It's quality street music. And it's I feel like it's today. I feel like it's now. I feel like it's necessary. And I feel like for New York, it is definitely necessary for New York, because, you know, I come from a city that, you know, kind of always only promoted one king. And what we doing is actually showing people that, you know, we all kings and we all could come together, and we ain't got to stand on each other, you know, for us to win. So we all connected. We got a lot of dope features on there, and it's gonna be up.
All right. So the Lobby Boys project coming out, you got the podcast going. What else do you have on your plate outside of that?
I got a lot, bro. Like, you know, but you know, those are the things that's at the forefront right now. And as other things start to develop, then I'll be able to really speak on it more. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I was speaking on things prematurely in my past, and without having the actual work done on it. So I have tons of things going on, but right now, you know, these are the things that are in people's faces. They can see it, You know, it's something that they can see, it's something that they can listen to, it's something that they can watch. So that's what it is right now.
So my next question, just piggybacking off of that, how do you balance all of that?
Man, we live in a great time. Of course, I think it's no better time now to be able to balance things. Like I did myself a disservice years ago by only concentrating on music before, not giving myself the opportunity to do other things. We're not here just to do one thing. And the great thing about social media is that it helps you, you know, to establish that. If you have a personality, if you can do other things, if you can read well, if you can speak well, then there's an avenue for you to tap into that other side other than just music, because you might not be able to reach everybody with the music, but you can reach people with other things. There's people that go on my page just to listen to me talk, and they say, I wasn't really a fan of you from the music, but I'm a fan of the things that you say, of the man that you are, or the type of nigga that you are, you know? So sometimes you don't always reach them with the music. So I say we're gonna reach them one way or another.
Now, with social media being as powerful as it is, do you feel like a lot of these artists that are popping now or are merging now would be able to still merge if there wasn't any social media? Because I remember it was a time where I used to have to go and stand in the line to get people's CDs and to get people's projects, or kind of really go to wherever they were at just to kind of get familiar with them. Now it's just a click of a button away. Do you feel like it would still be the same?
Nah,
or you think it would be much harder?
Well, social media gives the opportunity for people to meet each other and connect and network. So it's, you at a click of a button, you can connect with an artist from San Francisco or from, a different part of the world, just like that. So it gives us, and that's what it was. I think it was made for. It was made to connect. I think it was made to network and to build. So it makes it easier for us to tap in with different people, with different sounds, different ideas, different perspectives.
Okay. Stepping back into your podcast vibes, what other artists or even people in general should we expect to see on your podcast? Because you said you talked about not just artists coming on your podcast, but people of different type of environments coming on your podcast. Who can we expect to see in the near future?
Anybody. That's the thing. I didn't want to make it just about rappers. I didn't want to make it just about specific, set of people. I've had actors on there. I've had singers. I've had, all kinds of people on there. And that's the thing. It's broad. It's broad enough to be a real show. I don't want to make it just about one thing. So you can pretty much expect whoever.
Okay.
Whoever we can connect with. And because as long as the conversation is dope, then the people will respond to it, because people watch podcasts or listen to podcasts for the conversation.
Understood. Last question I do want to ask you real quick. Right now, we are still in sort of a pandemic. Some of the things that were taken from us at the time when we was in the pandemic are now starting to come back, like us being able to come back outside, us being able to hang out with some of our friends. Outside of the podcast being created during the pandemic, what else did you experience in the pandemic that you are now using to your advantage right now? When we was locked up in the house, what is one thing that you are using now that you was like, yo, I couldn't do this, but now I'm doing it now?
Being on a pandemic reestablished my focus for me. And it made me realize that I needed to spend more time developing. I needed to spend my time in my creative space. I needed to be more proactive in establishing things that's going to increase my value, opposed to always being a part of things that's going to, make me too accessible. You feel me? When you're alone and you're forced to have to face yourself every single day, then you either going to find the better part of you or you're going to destruct. And I'm a person that every time I'm in a situation like that, I always find the better parts of me. So this is how the podcast was even born. The fact that we was on quarantine is the reason why I even have a podcast. So if I think back to if the quarantine never happened, would I have Kitchen Talk right now? Would I have this other element right now going for myself? I might not. So everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for the reason that it's supposed to. So I believe in that, and you know, what's meant to be will be, and we live in proof of that.
Well, Maino, listen, I definitely appreciate you for taking the time to sit down with me, have a quick conversation. All I need from you is a DJ drop for the radio, and make sure that when that project drops and as the singles keep rolling out, just keep sending them to my email so that I can keep hitting them in the head with it.
Hey, bro, we just appreciate that and all the support that you got. Thank you and for the years, and just keep going, bro. Just keep standing on your heads, man.
Got you. So you can do it right here on the Zoom. Just shout out DJ Tygga Ty whenever you're ready.
You ready? What up? It's your boy Maino, the lobby boy. Shout out to DJ Tygga Ty. Let's get it.
All right, Brody. I appreciate your time, and we're gonna keep in touch.
All right, bro. Love.
All right, later.
DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.